On this episode, I open a case.
Hi guys. Hello. Open this lovely little box here, look.
I say the word shaft.
The whole shaft is the same size.
And I show you my tools.
Especially when I'm taking them off to service them as and when needed. Hi guys. Hello. Open this lovely little box here, look, it's filthy. Need to clean them. Right. I am a qualified mechanic, believe it or not. Although I work in healthcare now, I am actually a qualified mechanic in the UK. Probably in America as well, depending. I don't know, because it depends what kind of qualifications they have when they're there. But one thing I thought about doing is a section called What's in My Toolbox. And this is the sort of basic tools I think you need for basic motorcycle maintenance if you are planning on doing it yourself. Or if you want to go any further, then leave me a comment down below and we can cover more advanced stuff if you really want to. I've got no problems. I'm quite happy to do that because I love it myself. Now, as you can see, on my Honda here, I have a full fairinged bike. And on this, we have a lot of Allen key or hex key or hex socket screws. Now, I've got a selection of different Allen keys and hex wrenches, hex keys, starting from a very portable one here, which just basically has small, ideal ones that I can take around with me. So if I'm going on holiday, this can easily go into the toolbox or tool bag that I've got on my bike. So if I need to get to anything in a rush for any particular reason, I've got this, and this will help. I don't tend to use this one very often because I find these quite fiddly. I find them very fiddly, especially when trying to do things over here. I find them, because they're quite bulky, I do find them fiddly. I don't like the loose Allen keys that you would know about, which is the L-shaped ones. I don't like them particularly too much because I tend to lose them more than anything else. The other thing you need to know about these is that if you actually damage the end, and the same with the L-shaped, if you damage the end here, you can actually grind this down because the whole shaft is the same size. So you can actually grind it down to actually repair the end so you can still use it again. So there you go. So all you need to do is just grind it on a grinder flat until you actually get rid of any kind of damage that you've may have or may not have done at the end. Now, my other sets that I've got here, I've got this lovely set here. It's a combination between torque or star drives as some people know them, and hex keys on the other side. They're both T-handled and they are both got two ends. So you've got your standard end here and you've got a ball end this side. Now the ball end ones, they're particularly very good for taking off the fairing, especially the fact is it's a screwdriver type fitting, a screwdriver type way of holding, so to speak. So it just basically goes in, and because it's got a ball end, it means it is a bit flexible, so you can actually move it around, and then just basically you can unscrew your fairing bolt, or then you can screw it back up again quite easily, like so. Or you can actually use the other end if you want to get a bit more purchase. Then you've got, as it does, levers either side. So that's one use. So I would strongly recommend getting a set of T-handled, so that's a T-handled hex keys, hex wrenches, whatever you want to call them. Definitely recommend these, especially if you've got a full fairing bike, or especially if you've got a lot of Allen key, key type bolts that need to come off. So if you've got anything, I think on some of the vehicles as well that have adjustable front forks, they sometimes are hex keys, whereas on mine is actually a flat blade type. And I think the same with some of these suspension settings, you would need something similar in order to get in. Now obviously because the length of them is quite good, and they've got varying different sizes, so I can use them for varying different sections on my bike. So I put it back in there now quite nicely. So this is the torque drive, as you can see, or alternatively known as a star drive because it looks like a star. Now the other thing as well is that if you ever get a damaged one of these, damaged in the internal part of the hex, you can actually use one of these to get that out because it will fit as well, and it's very good. You might have to kind of knock it in a little bit, but it will come out by using one of the torque drives. Now over here I have a really big industrial type set of Allen or hex key sockets which go onto a ratchet. I will talk about ratchets at a later time, but these are mainly used for things like my disc brakes, because my disc brakes have a hex socket screw. My sprocket at the back, that also has a hex sprocket hex socket screw. So you've got those two areas. My calipers as well, they're both the same. So if I wanted to take any of those off, this is what I use this for, because I can either use a pry bar, breaker bar, which I'll show you again at a later date, or a ratchet to help me take them off. The other thing as well is that I can use this on a torque wrench, which means that I can torque them to the right specific torque setting, so that there's less risk of them unscrewing and falling off, which is what you don't want when you're riding along on your bike. So obviously these are a varying different lengths, so I've got long, I've got medium, and I've got short. So, and I mainly use these. They're very good for the brake discs and calipers, especially when I'm taking them off to service them as and when need be. So guys, if you've got any questions about any tools or anything you want me to discuss, please leave a comment down below. This is probably going to be a very short video, but that's it at the moment. If there's anything, I can go through the basic stuff. I'm a qualified mechanic. I'm more than happy to go through basic stuff. If you want to know more advanced stuff, again, please let me know and I will go through that with you as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I will see you next Wednesday. And don't forget you can stalk me on social media. Follow me on Facebook, friend me on Instagram, and tweet me at Nige-Rider. And I will catch you later. Cheerio. Goodbye.